I am really glad to have you here. We've got a lot of information to cover. So thank you for joining me. I absolutely love doing OB ultrasound, and I'm hoping that I can bring some really good education here for you. Today, I really want to make sure that there is a copyright disclosure, so in your handouts you will see that, and then also the CPT disclaimer about, there are very many variables that affect coding. So, if you always have questions, always refer to your CPT, and also, too, I can always be reached via my email, which they can provide for you after we close the session. Our learning objectives for today is really what is involved and visualized in an OB ultrasound. I want you to understand some of the approved abbreviations that really happen in OB ultrasound and maternal fetal medicine. We're going to talk about documentation criteria, billing your CPT, diagnosing ultrasounds, and some of the other things that go on with that. Some of the clinical differences between transvaginal, transabdominal, and you'll hear me talk about some words that come up in CPT that I consider what I call critical verbiage. And those critical verbiage things are really going to make the difference in how you bill your ultrasounds. So let's get started. We have a lot of good fun things to look at. But what is ultrasound? And it's technically the use of sound waves for either diagnostic or therapeutic purposes. We use them to image body structures. For us, it's monitoring a developing fetus or baby, or in some cases for orthopedics, they use it for localizing deep heat to tissues. It's very safe, does not provide or produce any ionizing radiation. So therefore, that completely reduces the radiation risk to mother or fetus. That's why a lot of times they won't allow you to do an X-ray, because X-rays actually provide that radiation. So ultrasound is extremely safe. We currently use this equipment, and we use real-time scanners because we want to be able to provide a continuous picture, almost like a video type of situation of the moving fetus on monitor screens. Frequency sound waves between 3.5 and 7.0 megahertz are generally used. Some of them are different, but we, as what I like to call them, we have some ultrasounds that we call the Volkswagen, and that's pretty much what everybody's got in their office. We've got those Volkswagens that get us where we need to go. They provide good imaging. They do what we need them to do. In some of the maternal fetal medicine specialty clinics, some of the hospitals and high-level facilities, they have what I call the Ferrari machine. So a lot of times we don't have access to Ferraris. We have to send our patient out for that. But we're working with, the good old standby. It gets us in, out, day to day. And how this works, as the sound waves are emitted from what we call a transducer,